sometimes there's just very deep-rooted pain, and sometimes you just go to a lucky day show with your girl and don't even know someone's around you. Sometimes you don't bump into anyone or see anyone. Telling somebody they need to go heal when they're having the time of their life with their girl at an R&B concert and you're staring at them, I think, who needs to heal in this situation? Even though you was there.
No,
But
you just
you don't have
posted.
to.
You just posted a really dope soliloquy,
Okay.
and I
We're
read
not
it.
stupid. Of course, I posted that in reply to what was a very interesting rant on a podcast. Mm-hmm. I went to a Lucky Day show. I didn't see anyone whatsoever.
Yeah,
I saw Amani. That was it in the line for popcorn. Shout out to E. Then I watched the show.
Yeah.
That's right, y'all. On a recent episode of the Rory Mal Podcast, Rory seemed to have a disagreement about what, Imani and Joe Budden were saying when they met each other. Now, if you don't remember, Imani went on the Joe Budden Podcast and said that he ran into Rory, said what up, but Imani really didn't say much. I think it was pretty much a consistent type of thing that happened, but they still seem to have a different type of perception of what happened when they ran into each other at the Lucky Day concert. But what was even more interesting was how Joe Budden used this incident to kind of trash Rory and tell this story about how they robbed me. It was interesting because this is a big contrast, Rory is describing that he was at the Lucky Day concert and basically it was just pretty chill. He was there. Imani said what up and that was that. But then Joe Budden allegedly used that situation to talk and bring up how Rory and Mal said that he robbed them.
Accused me of stealing and thievery as a friend that was doing a lot of friend. So now you got to stand on that. I wouldn't steal from none of my friends, wouldn't think about it. That's like the furthest thought in the world for me. That's not the man that I am. I'm standing on that. You stand on that side, stand on it. There's nothing to talk about from there. No, as a friend, you accused me of stealing. There is no misunderstanding. When you have stolen before, like when you have committed crime, when you have lied, robbed, B&Es, it take mad years to restore your reputation.
True.
The last thing I need is around me so the public think that you know me a little bit to come and try to kick my back and like you got some type of information. Hell no. Stealing from who?
That's kind of like, I don't know, was it COE? Did Joe know that, if he talks about that subject, he could get, the click rate up, get people talking? Is Rory himself playing into this by getting the click rate hit? It just, people, when you talk about the breakup, people care. And that's just the bottom line. And I think now that we're heading into the end of 2024, people might be trying to play with the algorithm. Now, I don't know if that's being done. I do think that Joe's rant was a little bit odd because he was so passionate. And I don't know if it was really something he cared about or if he just wanted to play the same old song. Sometimes artists, when they have a song that works, they remake that same song. And I could be wrong, though, because Joe Budden does, this is just my feedback. When I used to talk to him on Spaces or when I talked to him recently, anytime someone brings up that he stole, he has like a trigger. It's like he gets very angry, he gets very upset, he gets mad. And I think that is what may be happening here. But only time will tell. And who knows how Joe will respond to Rory addressing him. Remember, he also did the whole, psychoanalysis of Joe when he tweeted out the passage of a book where he was breaking down or seemingly breaking down Joe's character, which was actually pretty accurate. It did seem like, it aligned with Joe's actual perception of things, the way he carries stuff. And my guess is Joe will respond. And he'll put it on Patreon because Joe's trying to get that money, man. Joe's trying to get them numbers up. The competitive nature of Joe. He knows the pod was trash these last few months. It's probably the most trash the pod has ever been. Yeah, that's right. The last few months have been the worst the Joe Budden pod has ever been. I was struggling to stay tuned. I was falling asleep at the wheel. Melissa Ford was going up there looking lackadaisical. Ish was barely talking, missing weeks of podcasting. Ice, he was kind of doing his thing. I'm not mad. And Imani, man, Imani is a conversation. I really feel like when he first got to the show, he was he was that really energetic, not afraid to look stupid, not afraid to challenge other people. But then I don't know if Ish humbled him or Ish let him know, like, yo, dog, we call the shots here, not you. You knew you need to acclimate. And now Imani takes the most measured approaches to things, doesn't really go on a limb. I don't know. Parks is Parks, and the guests on the Patreon were garbage. You talking about people like Ruby Rose, Bryson Tiller, some of the worst interviews Joe Budden has ever done. Oh, don't even get me started on the Larry Jackson. That was a shill of an interview, and only time will tell. The Patreon was terrible. The podcast was terrible. And now I think Joe is seeking to course correct and make things a little bit more interesting heading into the end of 2024. All right, y'all, but let me know what you think. Did this come off like an actual retelling by Rory? What is the future of the Rory and Mal versus Joe Budden thing? It's 3 years later, and we're back where we started. The drama continues, y'all. All right, y'all. Follow me on Reddit, The Stop TV. Oh, no, follow me on Reddit is Joe Budden Network. Instagram is The Stop TV. Twitter is The Stop TV. Make sure you tap in with me on all my socials. This is Danny from The Stop. Peace.